Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. Doing really well.
Hi from me too, and yeah, doing really well.
Yeah, yeah. Finally, we are approaching the end of this year, so I think that everybody is a bit tired and ready to relax during the festive days.
Pretty much. I think
Yeah, I
Tommi
agree.
can agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, but let's talk about your band, Voidfallen. Would you mind to introduce yourself and give us some biographical hints?
do you want
Do
to
you want?
start or?
You can start.
Okay, so my name is Tommi Kangaskortet, and these days in Voidfallen, I am I would say, the second guitarist, and I also write most of the lyrics for the songs, and some riffs or so for the songs, but I'm mostly the guitarist and the lyricist.
Yeah, and I'm Henri Vuorenmaa. I'm the another guitar player in this band.
The first
uh,
one.
well, yeah, if you want to put it that way, but yeah, guitar player for Voidfallen, and I mainly compose the songs. Except there is also ideas from, as Tommi said, from him, and from our vocalist Lauri, who is not present, but from he has had some ideas for the newest album as well. But I'm mainly the composer who does the most of the songs.
The Voidfallen sound.
I guess so, yeah. Also that.
Yeah. You released your second album, The Rituals of Resilience, last February,
Mm-hmm.
via Noble Demons. What can you tell about the album, about the songwriting process, recording process, and so on?
It's a pretty long topic, I guess, but from songwriting perspective, I think for me at least, it was really a long and hard process, especially in the middle of it, I think, because there was a long period that I couldn't get any ideas out of my riff hands. So it was quite hard, but in the end it turned out quite okay because the block that I had during summer, I think it was summer, yeah, during summertime, those kind of went off, and then I managed to write the end of the album, or the four like last songs that needed to be written. I managed to push those out, and it was quite a relief after that we managed to quite fast do the lyrics and all the recording processes after that. So it was really hard in the beginning, and we had to kind of push for it, but I think it was worth in the end that we managed to put out really good sounding and cohesive album, sound wise at least. And I think yeah, it was really hard in hindsight to think about it. Like, it was really hard for me at least, but it was worth it.
Yeah, there was a difficult period with the writing, and it took some time. But in general, based on the songs that we've done this far, they kind of come in waves. So that it can be so that there is nothing for months, and suddenly there's like 3 or 4 new songs, at least drafts of them. And the recording process has always been quite straightforward for us.
Yeah.
There hasn't really been that much of struggles with the recording. Some bands, like, they have really much issues in the studio, but we've managed to do it quite well. And the lyrics, they came out pretty fast too when needed. So it wasn't an easy process in general, but yeah, like Henry said, we managed to put quite a good album out despite of it. Or maybe it even you can a little bit hear it in the songs too, in a good way.
Yeah, yeah. And where did you record the album?
The guitars and bass was recorded at my place, which I'm currently at, and I was mostly like conducting or like overseeing that the guitar parts and bass parts were in good shape and recorded as precisely as we can do it. And then we headed out to our good friend Juha-Matti Kauppinen, who is the singer and songwriter for Merta. We headed to his studio to record the drums and vocals, and he then mixed the album. And then, of course, as per usual, we sent the album when it was mixed to Finvox, to Mika Jussila, to master it. And this has been the recipe so far for our previous album and the EP we did first. So I think this has been quite good recipe for good album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is any tracks in the album that you like most or you enjoy more play live, and if yes, why?
Tommi can answer this one first.
Yeah. So I actually like a lot of the songs, and we have a lot of the new songs in our set list too. And I think that on this album we've found a good balance on, at least for me, what is actually really enjoyable to play and also sounds really good. There's a lot of technical stuff on the first album, and I think the songs like Pyre of Vengeance, which I like to play a lot, and from Towers of Ivory is something I like to play too live, in addition to a lot of other songs. But I think that they are like, you can actually enjoy your stay on the stage with those songs, and you don't have to output the maximum performance you just can technically. So in that sense, I think those songs are really good live songs. And of course, the ending track of the album, The Morning Shores, is it's really easy to play, like stupid easy to play, but it's just filled with emotion. And at least for us, and I know that, for example, our singer has a really strong connection with the lyrics of that song. So it makes it extra powerful to play live.
Yeah. And for me, I think there is a lot of that Tommi said is kind of connects with me as well. But for me, The Morning Shores, of course, it's really easy to play, but like it has so much power behind the song that I kind of really enjoy that. And of course, the debut album we had the Daughters, which we have not played live that much anymore, but I'd like to revisit that at some point. I really like that because it has a lot of that technical stuff and guitar solo also. So it would be nice to kind of come back for that song at least at some point. But and yeah, Pyre of Vengeance and Start of Martyrs, for example, those are really nice songs to play live. I like a little bit more of the technical stuff, but like Morning Source, for example, that has really laid back and easy riffs to play. Then you can just like relax on the stage and of course output your stage performance at the same time. But like you can really connect with that song and enjoy the stage time, like Tommi said.
Yeah, yeah. Talking about live performance, you put on a mask
Mm-hmm.
for perform. Why?
Well, do you want to, or shall I?
You can.
Yeah. So it's for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's for the visual thing. It's something it in a way differentiates us from all the other melodic death metal bands that come from Finland and for the Nordics and stuff like that, because it's a really oversaturated genre, and the mask thing gives us a sort of unique visual. Not that masks are unique, but it's us. And the other thing is that it at least for me, and I think we've talked with all the other guys, we have our own lives, we have a lot of things going on outside of the band, and it gives kind of a mental boost when you put the mask on. You kind of tunnel vision in a good way. When the mask is on, this is the only thing you focus. There's nothing else around, everything else disappears, and it also gives you sort of physical tunnel vision, because you cannot see that well from the mask. But but it's a mental thing, because you can at least I can forget the everyday me when I put it on, and give my best for that 45 minutes, 60 minutes, and psychological thing.
Yeah, it's really psychological thing for me as well, that when you put on the mask, then you can forget kind of yourself and then output the stage you, in a sense that it's really effective. Like, it helps with the stage fright, or I guess we don't have that kind of stage fright, but I mean, it helps with the anxiety that is before the shows and everything.
Yeah.
You can like channel that energy into the mask thing. You put on the mask, and then you are kind of a different person when you step onto the stage, so you can enjoy it in a different way than you would without mask.
Yeah. It's like a superpower kind of.
Well, in a sense, yeah, I think it works.
Yeah.
If we can think superpowers for ourselves, I think it kind of could work like that.
Yeah. And did you start to use the mask since the beginning, or it came after?
I think we did the Voidfallen music video without masks first. That was our first thing we did musically and visually. But then it kind of, we started to think about how we would like separate ourselves in this genre and our like music scene, how we would separate us from other similar bands. And then we kind of started to talk, what about this kind of thing? What about masks? What about like stage clothes in general? How we should conduct ourselves there, like that sort of thing. And it very much became really visual like thing. We started to talk about that we want to present ourselves in a visual and cool and great way.
Yeah. And one thing, when we first started the band, it was just Henri and I, and we did the first 3 songs and the music video just by the 2 of us. And before our first show, we did have the mask thing going on, and we kind of feel that in addition to the music and of course the stage visuals because of the masks and the brand and image and that kind of stuff, we feel that we are in a sense pretty visual band otherwise too, because we put quite a bit of effort on, for example, videos, that we have a proper music video on everything we release, let it be a single or EP or an album. And I think the mask thing kind of enhances and helps with the overall visual aspect too.
Yeah. And are the masks made for you, or did you buy something ready?
Well, those masks that we have right now are something that are modified, but are sort of like base versions from an Italian artist who doesn't, at least last time we talked to him, doesn't do custom work. And we actually have been talking, because we have used those masks for 6 years soon, and we really need new ones for multiple reasons. For example, it's starting to get hard to keep them intact anymore. And
Yeah.
And it wouldn't harm to get a new visual look like every 2 albums at least. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
at least is keeping intact with super glue and gaffer's tape. So
Yeah, danger is always
it's
present on shows.
yeah, so it's kind of pretty beat up at this point, but I guess it gives it some character in a sense that it's been keeping up, but I think its time is getting close to an end.
Yeah. What kind of material is it plastic or something else?
I don't actually
I
know.
think
I think
it's
is it
yeah.
resin?
Yeah, I think it's some sort of resin poured in a mold,
Okay.
and then we have some.
This is my mask.
I have the same kind.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of hard material. This is not plastic. I think.
Is it polycarbon?
I don't
Maybe.
think this is polycarbon either. I think
Okay.
this is made out of resin.
Yeah.
Is it light?
Because when this warms up, it kind of loosens a little bit. And now
Okay.
that it's been sitting in room temperature, it's kind of hard, but a little bit flexible. But if I put this on my face and my face warms this up, then it kind of gives out a little bit more. So
Yeah, it gets a little bit more flexible.
yeah. When it gets warm, it kind of gets a little bit softer material. And that's why I have a little bit cracks here, which I need to also super glue when I don't want this to fall apart. So
but it is they are really lightweight and they are really thin material. So for example, on the singer's mask, and actually we've had to order one of those extra because the first one broke. Some of the parts like around the eyes are literally like paper thin. So it's really, really, easy to wear in a sense, but also it's always a little bit. We're always a little bit scared that we're gonna break them. So
yeah. Also, the straps are a little bit sketchy. So I have I don't know if you see it. I have like black tape here, and under here is like glue that keeps the straps on. So it's
a bit worn, but
yeah, it's a bit worn and a kind of sketchy way to keep it intact, but it works.
Yeah, not the best, not the worst.
Yeah, is it comfortable to play with a mask on? I mean, when you are playing, it gets hot, and is it makes that more challenging having a mask? And also, when it comes to breathing, do you think that there is any challenge, or is like without mask?
For me, at least, there is a little bit harder to breathe through your nose because I sweat a lot on the stage.
Yeah, me too.
And the nose cavity is kind of like it doesn't breathe at all. So there's like boogers and everything inside after the show. So it's not that comfortable to play with and breathe in. So you need to breathe through your mouth to stay alive on the stage and keep up with the playing. So it's kind of a compromise currently, but I mean, we need to do what we need to do towards the art.
Sometimes we need to suffer to give a great show.
Yeah, indeed.
The masks are there could be design features that could be improved on the next iteration, but the masks are not as uncomfortable as our other choosing of clothing, because we wear the hoodies and those are so warm. It's so insanely warm, and it was an absolutely stupid idea to
in hindsight
originally get something like that. In hindsight. And but it's it's the hoodies get really warm, and we are always, it doesn't matter which venue, and it could be like even outside winter and we would still be sweating because it's so hot. So
yeah.
Have you ever think about changing the clothes system so you can maybe not sweat that much, or at least feel a bit less hot?
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's like physically possible to sweat less in when you play heavy metal on stage.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we've been talking
we
about new clothing stuff, and
yeah,
I think it's going to be relevant when we are going to do the new masks at some point as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
because originally we were supposed to get the new masks and new clothes for the album, so that when we get the album out, we also, renew our visual look. That didn't happen, so now we're, in the process of planning. It's surprisingly hard to find someone to make the masks so that they would look like what we're after, but also be priced so that it's valid for us, and also so that they are durable, because a lot of masks and masks makers make like horror stuff, like Slipknot stuff. It's leather, it's latex, it's plasticky, and that's not, even though our masks are plastic sort of material, we're not looking for that, that a glossy look. We want something in a way sort of elegant, that could be like, a bit like a statue kind of, expression, So it has been difficult to find someone to actually make them for us, and that's also why it has taken so long, because we haven't really found, the artist who could craft the item so that it would tick all the boxes for us, because it's an expensive investment. We're gonna be talking about more than €1,000 for all the masks we need, so we cannot just accept anything, even if we ignore the visual side and our image.
Yeah, it's not that easy, I see, but
Yeah.
maybe if you haven't find yet the artist that can craft those, maybe if someone is watching this interview and knows someone that do those kind of stuff, well, maybe they can contact you.
Yeah, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. We would really appreciate it if you know a person, or you are the person who can do this kind of thing. So
Yeah. So talking about your live, I have never seen you live yet, but for example, if I'm coming to your show, what can I expect from your live performance?
Do you want to go first, or?
this is really hard question, because I've never seen ourselves from the audience point of view.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can expect, in a way, a lot of energy, and not in the sense that we would be running around the stage, but at least I personally feel, and for example, we've recorded, videoed a lot of our shows. There is this certain kind of aggression always present. Our music is pretty fast and aggressive by default. We also always have our own light technician with us, so that we always have the light show with us, and the colors and everything have been chosen that it would fit the song, and the person knows our song, so he knows when to put this kind of lighting and this kind of lighting, so that enhances it. And I feel that you can get a pretty good and professional show from us wherever you go. But I also feel like, and this is not like patting my own back, but I feel like we are our best on the bigger stages. It kind of enhances the visual and the stage gear and lights and everything we have. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to add
Do you have
something?
anything?
So in a sense, if we want to summarize this, we kind of we give out like aggressive and well, aggressive show, but with nuance that our light shows enhances in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
complements the music that we put out and the stage presence.
Yeah, I think if you want to have an feeling how it would look, you of course won't feel it in the moment. But if you who is watching this interview want to get a feel of how it is, you can go and check our music video of the song "Pyre of Vengeance," which is a music video from a live show, and I think that pretty much sums up our stage presence and how we are, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And talking about gigs, so 2026 is starting. At least we are doing this interview at the end of the year, even if I think it will be out at the beginning of January. But what do you have any gigs planned for 2026? And do you have those that you can tell that are going to happen?
At this point, currently we have one confirmed show with Man-Eating, warming up for Man-Eating Tree, and that is on February. That's in Turku.
Yeah.
Can't remember the date on top of my head currently, but
I think 14th.
Yeah, I think it was 14th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking very much for that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've been Turku last time, so it's
you
probably
played-
going to be nice.
Yeah. Have you played ever outside of Finland with this band?
Not yet. We are currently looking for options to go abroad.
Yeah. Do you know in which countries do you have listeners and fans?
If I remember correctly, last time I checked out our Spotify statistics, I think it was Germany. And I think it was also Sweden. I can currently check that out, double check.
Yeah.
Currently, actually, let's filter this out to, no, it says last 28 days. It's United States, Germany, Sweden, Canada, and Finland is our top 5.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All great countries
Yes,
when it comes
for
to
sure.
metal music.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hope that the chance to go outside of Finland will come soon.
Yeah. It would be really nice to go play for our audiences outside of Finland. So would be really nice.
Yeah.
Have you played any festival?
Have we? I think we Bloodfest, yeah. One festival we have at least.
And Melanchomas, if that counts.
True. I think that counts as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see if maybe during the summer there is some festival in which you are going to perform. That will be nice.
Yeah.
But
that would be nice, yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to see all the, it's always at this point that everybody is waiting to know the full lineup of the festivals, but there is still many months ahead. So
yeah,
still looking for, maybe this band may go and play there. And then if they are not in the lineup, it's like,
yeah.
It happened every year. It happened every year. That is like, I hope that this band is there. No, it's not. But talking about metal music in general, so What, or not just metal, but music, what band, artist, or kind of music do you like to listen?
Do you want to
Well,
start, Tommy?
well, I can start. I think one band that we both agree with Henry is Mors Principle Nest, because there is a story behind it, and the band kind of started this project for us. And we have a history with Henry before Voidfallen, and we talked that we should start a band together, in addition to the other things we had. And Henry showed me the music video of Reclaim the Sun, and
Yes.
Henry was like, I want to do something like this. And I hadn't heard the song before, but I was immediately sold. And that sort of, started this band and direction, even though we don't really sound like more Principle West. But that is kind of common for us. For me personally, Children of Bodom, Ensiferum, Winter Sun, that kind of stuff is where I come from. Those are the best, and the stuff that I listen a lot. My roots are in folk metal quite much. There are a lot of folk metal bands I like, and in general, this Finnish Nordic melodic death metal is my thing when it comes to metal music.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I think it was my big sister that started to listen to Nightwish. I think it was Angels Fall First that was released somewhere in the 90s, I guess. But I remember that she was listening to that album and some other similar artists during that time. And I think it was Sentenced that she was also listening, and I kind of started to like those as well. And it spiraled from that to Children of Bodom, and like later became Winter Sun, and like I was quite hooked at some point during my high school years to Killswitch Engage, for example, like metalcore. That 2000s metalcore was like really, really, really good stuff, and really fond memories out of those. So, and In Flames, of course, from Sweden, that was really, the Gothenburg sound really talked to me during that time. So it was from there that I got my influences too. Then when I was 15, I started to play guitar. I got my first acoustic guitar, and then after my confirmation, my mother bought me my first electric guitar. So it kind of started from there, and on that road I still am. So I guess
Yeah.
all these years later, and much older, but yeah, it started from there. And Children of Bodom, Killswitch Engage, In Flames, all those bands influenced me in a way.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty much it was your sister that introduced you to metal.
Well, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if Angels Fall First album from Nightwish counts as, or I guess it counts as metal,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
wasn't the most hardcore metal, of course.
No,
Like
well,
it
of
was,
course not, but everybody starts from somewhere.
yeah,
I remember many years ago, before I moved to Finland, I was actually on holiday. I was in Tampere. I went to see my friend's band gig, and there were other bands. There was one band from Turku. What was the name? By the way, it was melodic death metal. All three bands that played, and then we were, after the gig, we were spending time together outside, along at Tammerkoski, I think, drinking beer, and then someone was asking me what band do I listen, and at that point I was still quite a lot on on power and progressive metal. Then it changed with time. You start from one point and then you go all over. And someone was when I was saying certain band's name, there was, oh, that's not metal, that's pop. It was like Stratovarius is pop, and I was okay. Okay, nobody ever told me that Stratovarius is pop. At least in Italy, nobody thought about that. And then I was
I,
like, okay,
I guess I guess I was listening to pop as well because I was listening to Stratovarius after like getting the introduced to Nightwish. I quite fast found Stratovarius as well, and like Black Diamond is still really good song.
yeah, it
Really,
hit,
I really like
yeah,
it. Also, Elements Part 1 and Part 2 albums are really
good, yeah,
nostalgic in a sense that I listened to those albums quite a lot during my
yeah,
youth.
yeah. And what about you, Tommy? When did you start to listen to metal? How did you get introduced to metal music?
Well, it was, I'd like to say it was around seventh or eighth grade. And my stepdad had always been listening to Metallica and stuff like that. I think his and my mom's, wedding waltz was Nothing Else Matters back in the day. But I didn't think that much of it back then. But I had classmates who, before I think it was arts class or something, showed me from his MP3 player, or it might have even been a CD, but showed me. He showed me some black metal, but he also showed me Lake Purum by Children of Purum, and that is the first memory that I have from being like, holy shit, this is amazing. And that is a moment that I can remember that has been one of those that changed the direction of my music taste.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's interesting to think about the past and how people got into metal, because I think that now it's pretty different when people start to listen to certain music. It's maybe more easy to find, or well, it is more easy to find bands and music, because when we were kids, you had the CD, or the cassette. Even when I was teenager, it was CDs came in, I think, 1999. So
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, more or less, maybe a bit early, but my
Mm.
first CD was was then, because I didn't had anything to listen to it, so I had the cassette, and then it was a MP3, and yeah, I think that thinking about about getting music illegally,
Mm.
oh, that was bad. But I was one of those people that uh, I I have a lot of CDs, and I like to buy. It's like like the book. Yeah, I have a Kindle to read, but I still prefer the proper book. So again, I like to buy the CD if possible. And now I think that at this moment I don't have anything to listen the CD, but still I'm going to buy them. So maybe it's more about the booklet and the lyrics, and
Mm.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. Or maybe I should buy something to listen the CDs. That could be
The-
a
yeah,
thing.
I think there is something to the physical stuff and like reading the booklets and everything. I totally get it. Like for me, I mostly listen to my music from like Spotify or YouTube, and currently I don't have that much of an like CD collection or anything. But in the in my youth, I used to like buy CDs because that was the media that we could get our hands on. So that was when I had my CD collections. But yeah, I mostly use Spotify and YouTube nowadays because it's just easier.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And also, when it comes to Spotify, there are a lot of people that said to boycott it, and stuff like that. I know
Yeah.
that there are other platforms outside, but I don't have the time to check everything and start again to check all the artists that I saved the songs, and
Yeah.
it's maybe I'm too lazy. I don't know what's your opinion on Spotify as artist.
Well,
Well,
mm,
it's kind of a political
yeah, it's
question in general. For
yeah,
me,
it's
I can talk for me. Basically, I try to not think about that stuff that much. I use it because it's easy for me. I know
Yeah,
people might hate me for it, but I mean, it's just for me. It's easier.
yeah. The problem I think with the whole question is that I don't think any of the platforms are really good for the artist itself.
Mm,
As
yeah.
Spotify is the biggest one, and they are as a company, pretty complete pieces of shit on multiple different ways. But at the same time, I don't think that a lot of the other options are really morally that much better. And even if we think about the CDs and think about that, if we didn't have the streaming platforms, people would just steal the music like they did for a really long time. And even though the CDs do bring up better revenue for the artist, um, I don't think that either is going to be the good way for them, the big masses of people to listen to music, that they would have the CDs. It's a little bit like a poster or a flag, or what do you call in English, the sweatpants for arms.
yeah,
It's a sort of like a collectible, and you support the band. But if we think about music listening, CD really isn't a good way. It's not good for the listener, and it's difficult, and it's not sustainable in the long run. It makes listening music so difficult that people would probably do it less if they only had the CDs, or they would steal it in MP3, which is arguably even worse than the streaming. So I think that for artists, there really isn't a good option right now. And sorry, and in a sense, for a smaller band like that, for like us, it doesn't really matter if it's the extra CD sales or the streaming money. It's not that big of sums that we're talking about. And I think that if we want to succeed as a band, we need to reach people. And like Henry said, you can hate me for it, but in a sense, exposure also has its value when it's properly, guided or in the right direction. If we reach the people that actually would enjoy our music, for example, if we would need to use a Spotify service where we need to pay something to reach larger audience, it's disgustingly capitalistic. But if we actually reach the people that would enjoy genuinely our music, then it's good for us. In a sense, it's not different from advertising, but advertising doesn't reach the people that actually like our music. So, yeah, it's a difficult and also political question. And I don't think that there is objectively a right answer to it, only different kind of
Yeah.
moral stances.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And also, always I say to people, if they really want to support a band, just go to the gigs and then buy merchandising. That's
Mm.
how you can help the band and share the band music with your friends,
Yeah.
because it's the best way to support the band.
Yeah. Sharing music is the most low effort you can do for a band to support them. That's the easiest way
Yeah,
to show support, by sharing it.
yeah. Uh, what did you listen as a last song? if you have you have Spotify. So if you check your Spotify, what was the last thing that you were listening to?
I think for
Well,
me it was something from actually I can check because I have Spotify
well,
on here.
yeah. So I can. The last song that I've listened on Spotify is "Golden" by Huntrix, because I was going to the store with my daughter, and she wanted to listen to the Demon song. And I'm not mad, because it's a really well composed song with really good singers. But that's the latest song that I have on my Spotify.
My
So, yeah.
latest song was something out of the Cyberpunk 2077 video game soundtrack, and I
Okay.
think it was the chipping in song that is I think it's the most listened song from that OST, I think. But yeah, I really
Yeah.
like video game music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
me
in
too.
video games there is always good stuff to listen.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
they always choose good music,
Yeah,
at least most of the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at least for Cyberpunk 2077, I think they nailed the soundtrack for that game. I mean, I can't even describe it. It's really like it fits into that like milieu and like surroundings that the music
Yeah, yeah.
like complements the setting the game has.
Would you like to be featured in a video game that
Yeah,
your music?
yeah, that's hell yeah for me. If there is a video game that would fit our music, I definitely jump on that train.
Yeah, yeah. Well, everything can happen.
Mhm.
There are a lot of Finnish band that have been featured actually, and
Yeah,
also maybe not big bands. So yeah, everything is
Yeah.
possible.
I think
Yeah.
there is,
He does
for
have a game.
example, yeah, I think there is Poets of the Fall that has been on like the Alan Wake video game from Remedy that
Yeah.
did the Max Payne 1 and 2, and I think there is many more, but that's
There
probably the
is
most.
Saint Aurora in steampunk.
Cyberpunk. Oh yeah, there
Cyberpunk.
Saint
Yeah, what
Aurora
I'm
is in
saying.
Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
and then there is Noiduin, but it's folk, dark folk, so it's not really metal, even if they are metalheads. And they play the Tuska. So, and they are in. Let me check in which. I have still here the interview notes from Tuska. So let me check. Noiduin. And it was Call of Duty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. So everything is possible, and I think that your music could fit in some game.
Yeah,
I
would be
can I
really
can
nice.
I can visualize that. Yeah, but talking about when you start to play guitar, you start at 15.
Mhm.
What about you, Tommy?
I'm not sure, but I think it was pretty much the same. I think around 2005, maybe. I think 2004, 2005, or so.
Yeah, yeah. And talking about the gear, so what are you using nowadays?
Gear wise, I think Tommy has had much more gear changing than I've had. And
Yeah.
this is not shame on Tommy, I think.
No
But
shame, no shame.
no shame.
Yeah.
But currently we are blessed and endorsed by Musa Maailma with ESP guitars, and I've been endorsed by them since 2013 or something like that. So a while now. But Guitar-wise, I've been always using ESP and never going to change anything else. And currently for amps or amp sims, we are using live, and in studio we are using Quad Cortex from Neural DSP.
Okay.
Yeah, both of us.
Both of us, yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to pick, what kind of pick do you use?
Currently, I'm using this.
Okay.
This is
It's
made
like
Titanium
out
metal.
of,
ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
identical. This is made out of titanium, I think, and this is made by
Yeah.
Ohm picks from Finland.
Yeah.
And this has our emblem on it.
Yeah, but these have been. I simply love them. You know, they don't get worn so easily. I like the tone; it feels good in the hand. They are expensive. It's like €10 each, so you don't really go and throw them to the audience. But they're really good, and unlike people would think, I haven't managed to break a single string with the pick, and I've been using them for I don't know what, 3 years maybe.
Yeah.
So
I've never broken strings with those either, and and I really like the tone that these give.
Yeah.
The tonal thing is like for studio recordings, it's really awesome thing to have. Like it enhances
the attack is crazy.
Yeah, the attack is really, really good with this. But for live use, I also have like my own signature, which has my mask on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other side has my signature. Yeah.
I have Henry's too, which I can throw if needed. So
yeah. And these are something that is more convenient to use live situations, because you can like give these to fans and like throw them to our audience, or just like forget them on the stage or something. I don't know. But like these do not cost that much. So you can like forget about these.
Yeah, and I don't have my own ones because because I was originally the singer. We've had so many of those picks from Henry that I haven't bothered to get my own yet. And we did have a partner in the United States for those picks, and we did have a deal and sort of endorsement with them. But considering the current world politics, it's not really viable to order anything from the US, because it costs so much to get them to here. So, and honestly, I haven't haven't bothered to find a European vendor who would make similar kind of picks. So yeah.
And I think these kind of custom picks are like a little bit of a vanity thing, because you can pretty much just go into a guitar store and buy the most basic stock pick you can and shred with that. So no one kind of needs custom picks, but these are kind of cool and enhances a little bit our visual style, because the artwork is pretty spot on. This was made by my good friend Finn Windswall from Elding, band called Elding. He designed this and took his inspiration from my mask, so it's really nice.
Yeah. I was thinking now that I found in my pocket a pick, and I have no idea from where it comes. It was it orange? Where it is? I have no idea from which band it is, and from which gig. Probably in the photo pit I have found it, so maybe it was from some other band. No idea. Sometimes it happened, and then I was like, okay, it's just normal pick. There is no signature, so I'm still wondering from which band the pick is, but it's going to be a mystery forever.
You need to put that into good use.
Yeah, well, I don't play guitar. I have an acoustic bass, but I use fingerstyle. And at some point I was collecting picks. I think that They are nice. To collect. If someone is a guitarist, of course, you don't collect them like. But
Yeah.
nowadays, I don't even collect them anymore. I don't know. I have this packaging. Also, the kind of collection I remember that I put the package open and put a photo on Instagram, and someone was, "Oh no, you need to store them in a way because they are all together put like." But it's my way of keeping them. They are fine there. I'm not using them, so they should stay intact. But let's get to my jar of random topics, and let's see what we
Let's
are going
Mhm.
to discuss about. This one feels good, and it's a good one because it's books. So, do you like to
books.
read?
Well, not these days that much. I used to read a lot when I was a teenager, and another things came, but I do still have in my bookshelf a couple of best books ever. Um, so yeah, but I liked a lot of fantasy stuff almost
Yeah,
Yeah.
exclusively. So like Robin Hood and Forgotten Realms and stuff like that. And I read hundreds and hundreds of those books back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah, for me as well. I really should probably read more than I currently do, because I currently do not read books, but I have a couple of books. I have of course, the classic fantasy stuff, the Tolkien, like Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and Silmarillion. All those are really great books. And my girlfriend likes to really read all those horror books. So she has a lot under our bed storage. So so probably I could read something out of there. So
yeah.
maybe someday, but currently I'm not reading that much. Maybe I should.
Yeah, I think that I have the same problem that um, I like to read. When I was a kid, a teenager, I was like, I didn't like school, made it a nightmare for me because we had to read uh, in front of others, and I was kind of shy. If when I say that I was kind of introvert, shy, or maybe just shy, not really introvert, I'm not sure. But people are like, "What you?" But still, it was like. And then I don't know. Maybe I had some. I don't think some dyslexic problem, but some issue in reading, and I don't know. It was so panicking, and also
Hmm.
nowadays, if I have to read loud for others, sometimes I do mistakes. I don't know what happened in my head, but just I panic.
Yeah.
So that was like I don't like read. I didn't like English neither. So I was like, I'm never gonna learn English, and here I'm speaking English. So but then in my 20s, early 20s, I think I was 20 actually, a friend of mine gave me a book, and it was mm, I think that in English is a memory of a geisha. uh, and then I start to read, and after that I was so motivated to read more books, so I start to buy books and read. And when I read, i I need to read the whole book. I have difficult to stop, so I don't see the time go, and immediately it's 5 hour, and then okay, maybe I need to go to sleep. So nowadays it's a bit tricky to find the time to read, but
Yeah.
I promise myself that now during Christmas time I'm going to read one book. That's what I'm going to do. I bought a book during the summer in Italy because, of course, it's more easy if you want to relax while reading. It's more easy to read in your mother language. So I choose to read in Italian. I can read in Finnish and in English as well, but I think that it's not that relaxing anymore then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you need to think about it in a different way when you are reading in your own language.
yeah.
You need to
So
concentrate on the like what's being read from the book more.
yeah. Do you read in Finnish or English? Or there is
I
any
read
other language? I don't know.
for me, I mean, it's kind of the same if I read in Finnish or in English. Sometimes I think in English and sometimes I think in Finnish. So it's kind of, for me, it's quite bilingual, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same for me, except that I usually opt to read in English because, I've used English a lot, and maybe 50% of all discussions that I have, for example, with my friends, are in English. And Finnish, in a way, has no benefit for me in the same way as English, because all the music, all different kind of art stuff, it's in English. And as a lyricist, I really would like to have my English to be as colorful as possible, to have words that you don't maybe see in normal discussions because they are a bit rare. They are, and in a way, I think it might come from Finnish, because Finnish has a lot of words that can, or sentences that cannot really be translated directly because it loses the meaning totally. So there are, in a way, English is a little bit more easier language to use because it's more straightforward. But I'd like the English to be a little bit more complex, and for that reason, I like to also read in English so that I can, run into expressions and words and stuff like that, which I wouldn't maybe find in normal discussions with my friends, or in normal interaction that people have in their everyday life.
Yeah. What's your favorite book? The one that is the book.
I have two, or I have a book series and a book. One of the most impactful books that I read was the World War Z, which I just showed. I think it's a really special and impactful book. Not maybe the most usually written one, but I think it's great. And then maybe the best series of books is the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. Yeah.
Okay.
I currently don't have I think the most impactful book series for me, when I was younger at least, was the Harry Potter books. I know it has kind of a stained reputation, at least the author has currently, but for me, when I was younger and the book series was new, it was really like I like to read that a lot. And of course, I still think that my favorite book or book series is the Lord of the Rings. I really like that very much.
I was thinking about what's my favorite book. And I'm like, I'm not sure. Uh, I was thinking that when I was kid, more than reading, it was like my uh, godmother that she was reading to me, and it was what's in English, Pippi Long. What-
Peppi Pitkätossu,
yeah,
Pippi Longström.
yeah. So that was like I was like kind of obsessed with with that um, book and the story. And so I think that I don't know what is this thing about red, red air. I was looking now because straight in front of me there is a Chucky. That's me, and also Chucky has a red hair. So I'm, yeah, I don't know what's that, but I think that it may be that is that the book that but it's for kids. Again, what's my favorite? I don't know, but Memory of a Geisha was a good one. And then when I saw the movie, I was like so upset because it doesn't work. What do you think about the movies? So if have you ever read a book and then watch the movie, and was it good or was it upsetting? For example, Harry Potter is it can be a good example.
Well, yeah, I think the books are way much better than the movies. But I think, in a sense, for example, for Lord of the Rings, even though there is stuff in the movies that doesn't happen in the books, there is still they are. I still think that they are kind of timeless during our current time as well. The movies compared to the books, because I think Peter Jackson made really good job when doing those films, and kind of kept to the source material as well, and all the like visual stuff, like the clothes and armors and weapons they use in those movies are really really well done. So I think that's really good movie out of books, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are.
Holds up at least really well.
Yeah, there are a lot of movies and series that are good that are made from books. But I think personally for me, it's not that much whether or I think a lot of people misinterpret the purpose of the movie from a book, because it can never be the same. And I talked with one author whose books were being made into a TV show because it was work related, and the it's such a different media and a different way to explain what is happening. And you cannot kind of make it in a way that it's in the book, because no one would care. The dialogues cannot be that long as they are in the book, because when someone is watching it, they're not going to be interested in watching them read through like 10 pages of dialogue about their relationship and all kinds of things. And also books need to use words to describe things, and in show it's visual. So, and they say that images a hell lot of words. So I think that a lot of times when people are mad about movies from books, it's not that it's a bad movie, but the expectations haven't been aligned with what the media is supposed to be.
Yeah, and there is of course the fact that everyone reads and interprets things from the book differently, and when you turn that into a movie, maybe the person who's making the movie has read the book, but like his or her interpretation from the book is quite different for yours. So there is of course that. So
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say that I remember when Twilight Saga came out, the books. I bought all the books, and I enjoyed the books. It was, easy reading, and yeah. And then I went to the cinema to see the movie. And then it was, yeah, for not for me that movie. It's more for kids. Okay, I was not old, but still, it was like not my cup of tea, but still, for me the books were still something. A thing.
Mm.
Yeah, well, for example, the one of my favorite books, the World War Z, there has been the movie made of it, and it has Brad Pitt as the main star, and the movie is nothing like the book. It's like, it has zombies and it has the same name, but it has nothing to do with, the world or anything about that. And for example, the Witcher series, it was made based on books and the game, and I think it's a good example of how the show can be good or it can be a complete dumpster fire, like The Witcher is, and that's because of the director and who have written the story, and so it's not that much about the source material, but how well the writers perform, because The Witcher is total shit.
But still, I mean, I agree with you, Tommi. You are absolutely spot on. But for me, the only Witcher still is Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. There is okay, and then there's bad. So
yeah, true.
Yeah. I would say that I don't like audiobook because I want to read myself. Of course, if I will be unable to read because I become blind or for other reason, then of course audiobook all the way. And if it will be audiobook, I would like to have Henry Cavill to read it. To be the voice, because he got such a good voice to listen to.
I agree.
A very good well, his English is British, so is it British? Yeah. So the way how he pronounce everything is very very good for the ear to listen, and is a tone of voice, it works.
Maybe I would listen to more audiobooks if Henry Cavill would read those.
I was thinking that if I would have a band, maybe I would need Henry Cavill to do a intro in which he talk and say the intro. Oh, that will be so massive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's pick another another topic, because otherwise we go ahead with and we go to something else, that is cartoons. So do you like, well, I think that everybody grew up watching some animation cartoons, but what do you like as cartoons, animation and stuff like that?
Well, currently
I mean,
I don't watch any cartoons. I think can't remember anything that I would have recently watched, but in my youth, Donald Duck and those
Yeah.
comics was the thing. I think we still have some old comic books in my parents' house somewhere laying around. So yeah.
and if we're talking about animated stuff, who wouldn't have watched Biker Mice from Mars and
Oh yeah,
Power
actually, yeah,
Rangers
true.
and
Mhm.
Pokemon
That's
and stuff
true.
like that? And
Yeah.
I watch cartoons daily because I have 3 small kids. So I've
You
seen
have
it all. I've seen it all.
But I'm pretty sure that the tone of today's cartoons are a bit different from when we had our cartoons. Had like heavy metal and motorcycles and
Yeah.
guitar solos everywhere blasting, and like dinosaurs had weapons on them and everything. So
Yeah.
so I think our cartoons differ from today's cartoons quite a lot.
Yeah, there are differences and some things never change. So,
you know
but honestly, I do like the modern ones more. they are something that can, intrigue also adults, while, our youth cartoons were quite dumb in a way.
They were.
Really, really simple and, straightforward. Do not think, just watch kind of stuff.
And guitar solos.
And guitar solos, yeah. The tapping paw from the Power Ranger intro has,
or
been,
like Biker Mice from Mars, the intro, like a dive bombs with Floyd Rose and everything. I mean,
I was thinking about in Italy. Well, growing up in Italy, I think that around 3 or 4 years old, I was watching anime that maybe was not really for kids. It was Okuto no Ken. So Kenshiro, and have you ever heard about that?
That doesn't ring a bell, but
yeah. So pretty much this guy was try to put in words my memories of what it was. Well, it was this guy that it was a good guy, and then he was going around, and there was those bad guy, and then they were like fighting, and he had those techniques that he was touching those points on the body so that they explode.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite hardcore.
Yeah, a lot of the things were like, I think, is Hopeanuoli Silver Arrow in English, or is it something else? But anyways, I think, for example, for Finnish TV, it was sort of like a kid show because they censored a lot so that they could show it to kids, and we had stuff like Totoro and stuff like that, which has really dark themes. And for example, is it called Watership Down, where the bunnies are and stuff like that? And the cartoons that we had when we were young were really violent, like really,
they
really
were
violent, and
also
aggressive stuff. And
Silver Fang was
Silver Fang, yeah, and stuff like that. So in that sense, you are quite right that they are quite different, because they are more intriguing, mentally, but also, even if they're violent, they're not like ultraviolet like they used to be.
Yeah, and then there are all those American cartoons like The Simpsons, Family Guy, Futurama, South Park. Is South Park from United States, or is it from Canada?
I think it's from United States.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Now I remember one cartoon that I think traumatized pretty much a generation, and everyone, when they hear the theme song, know what we're talking about. But Happy Tree Friends.
Oh yeah, actually I had them in my mind while I was talking about Okuto no Ken. But yeah, they were and then there was oh well, I don't know if the name in English is the same, but it was in Italy on MTV Italia. They were showing Daria. But I'm not sure. Then Beavis and Butthead were a thing.
I think Daria was Finnish TV showed that too. I remember watching it after, like, when I got home from school, and they showed Daria during like 4 afternoon or something.
Yeah. And then there was oh god, what was that? It was like do like the Play-Doh, and it was like a smash match. It was like a wrestling, and it was like a pop artist fighting. What was it was something like a smash match. Let me check. Now I need to. Now I need, because otherwise I'm not going to sleep.
It gets serious when you take out Google and Google stuff.
MTV. let's see. Celebrity. It was this celebrity death match fight.
Mm.
Okay.
Damn it.
Can't
That was
remember
so
that one.
fun. That was fun. I don't know. It was dumb, but it was fun. And also, I was a big fan of South Park when I was a teenager. I was
Yeah.
like, my favorite was Kenny, that was always dying.
I think he still is always dying.
Yeah, and in the movie, I remember I was 14 when the first movie came out. So in Italy, at 14, you get your ID, and then I went to the cinema to see the movie. And it was if you are under 14, you cannot go to watch. So proudly with my ID, I went there, and yeah, and yeah, it was. I remember this. The scene when there is a Saddam Hussein and Satan with
Mm.
in the bed. And then I think that Kenny died in that movie, and he go in the paradise when there are ladies with well, big breast. That was, and Kenny was taking the hood away and
Mm.
revealed that he's a blonde guy.
Yeah.
That was so random, but it I don't know. Also, when you are a teenager, you like maybe weird stuff.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I guess that's a universal fact.
Yeah, yeah. But let's talk about the most important thing in the world, and this pizza.
Pizza.
So,
Hmm.
do you like pizza?
I do like pizza.
Yeah. Who doesn't like? Just saying.
Well, maybe there is someone. Actually, there was someone that answered that he don't really eat pizza or something like that.
Mm.
But
Mm.
we accept those person too. But what's your favorite pizza?
Something without pineapple. I'm gonna be controversial. For me, the basic, or not basic, but like classic, is pepperoni with the double cheese.
Yeah.
That's really good. Not healthy, but really good.
Well, sometimes you need to eat something that is not healthy.
Yeah.
You deserve also to treat
Yep.
yourself.
Yep, I agree. What about
What's
Tommi?
about you?
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of things. I also like pineapple on pizza, and I'm even ashamed of it. I like it on pizza, but maybe,
Proud of
maybe,
it.
maybe,
He's a
maybe if
little
I
bit proud
were,
of it. I can hear it from his voice.
yeah, a little bit proud, a little bit, you know, what's the word in English? Uhmakas, you know. But if I were to order a pizza right now, I think it would be a special opera with aurajuusto and feta cheese.
So strong taste.
So yeah.
Aurajuusto
But
is
that's right now.
good for me as well.
Mm.
But yeah.
I don't like blue cheese in general, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, "What's wrong with you?" But yeah, it's in general, it's something, maybe some childhood trauma with gorgonzola, probably. Not sure, but yeah, not my thing. But there is a friend
Actually,
of mine
mm,
that put Aura Justo everywhere. Actually, he just put a few days ago an Instagram story, and it was those pipari, so the Christmas
yeah.
biscuit or cookies or what biscuit,
Mm,
whatever you
yeah.
want to call in English. And then there was Nutella and Aura Justo. And it's perfect. He also put the Aura Justo on the on the father mignon egg
Egg.
on
Yeah.
on the chocolate.
Okay.
So
That's too
yeah,
much.
yeah,
That's
it's
too much.
it's extreme. It's extreme, but he and the drummer, his friend drummer, they do those kind of things.
Yeah. Now when I think of it, I actually came up with a better pizza than the original one, and this would be the ultimate one. Okay.
Okay.
So it would also have aurajusto, and it would also have smoked reindeer and pickles.
God damn it, pickles. I knew you
That
were
is the
gonna say
best.
that.
That is the best.
I probably will not eat that. Or I will put away the aura cheese and the pickles. The render can be on, in my opinion, but I'm a picky eater.
The blue cheese and reindeer, those I can live with. Those are really good. But the pickles in that combo is a no-go for me.
It's the best. And more pickles for me.
Well, more pickles for you, exactly. Yeah, you
But
are coming out of as a winner from this.
Yeah.
if Voidfallen will be a pizza, what kind of topping would be on the pizza?
I guess we'd have to wrestle the pickle thing with this at least.
If Voidfallen was a pizza, yeah, I think we would perhaps have pepperoni on it. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
and we would have red onion.
That's fine.
And what else? What else? I don't know. Something.
I'd like to have blue cheese in it, but then
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe it
blue
would be
cheese is
too
good.
salty.
Nah, it wouldn't be too salty. It would be us.
I
It
guess
needs
so.
to be strong, theatrical, but still that has its harmony inside. So I think that what you choose, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we could really go full in or all in and just say that it has nothing in this point of topics.
But I was like visualizing the pizza, but the black, the black dough. In Finland, I have never seen any place that offer the black dough, but in Italy, it's a thing. You can order the black pizza.
That's interesting.
Yeah, not
I think
everywhere.
there was like some seasonal Burger King or something that had black burgers or something.
Yeah, somewhere it
true.
was. Yeah, yeah. Then there is the question that Tommi answered with the two previous questions. So, does pineapple belong to pizza?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I mean,
It belongs.
I have to be honest. I can eat pizza with pineapple on it, but it's not my first like topping that I'd ever put on a pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think pineapple doesn't belong to pizza.
It's also a matter of principle because we do not restrain us with that kind of made-up social rules. Pineapple belongs to pizza.
Oh yeah.
If it's not my pizza, you can put whatever you want. On my pizza, pineapple, it doesn't belong. I don't like the taste of pineapple with salty stuff. I like in the fruit salad. Yeah, it makes sense there. It's sweet for me. It's the sweet and salt that, but it's a matter of taste.
Yeah.
But now we are at the question. There is the one question that the previous guest left to you. And the question is, so the band is an Italian band called The Valley, and they ask, would you like to write a song, collaborate with us? Without knowing who is the next guest, so they were like throwing that.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea who they are, but
Same.
yeah, I don't know. Sure, why not? It would be interesting. If it's something completely else, then it would be a nice challenge, I guess.
At least it
we
would
would
be a
manage.
challenge.
It would be a challenge. It would be an experience, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could do it.
Yeah. They play alternative progressive.
Ooh,
That would be different.
alternative
Yeah.
progressive music.
That will be quite interesting to see what come out.
Yeah, that those are two terms that go like for me. So
I mean, those terms kind of tick a couple of boxes out of my preferences, but I mean,
for me, it ticks boxes on my do not do list. But it would be interesting. So if you guys want, we can figure something out. So
Drop a message.
yeah, hit us up again. A lot of messages in our inboxes after this.
Yeah, I mean, people can of course always contact us out of various things. It just depends if we answer or not. But I mean,
But now it's your time to leave a question for the next guest. So it can be whatever you want.
Do you have any ideas?
I do not.
Okay.
But
do we want to ask because we don't know who it is or what, why? So we could perhaps ask, why do they do what they do?
That's actually a good question.
That's a good one.
And it needs to be, if we can put rules on the question, it should be from the philosophical standpoint and not practical.
Okay. Let's see what the next guest will answer to this. Interesting to see. Also because I have no idea who is going to be the next. So surprise it's going to be. But
hopefully
now
we are not throwing anyone under the bus, so to speak.
No,
with that question.
You know, I have collect a bit of question, and when I start with the question, it was not since the beginning of Metal Pizza. It came a bit later. Well, the first question was top or bottom. So the guest that was like the next to answer was like, what do we mean with this question? And and then it started. Do you prefer? Do you like strawberry? It was something like that next, and then it went more on a deep question. What will you do to help? What was that? That was a big one. What do you think about the possibility of the environmental could collapse that we run out of resources?
Okay.
So there is a bit of everything, and it's I think that it's interesting to see what question people leave and what other people answer. It's something different. But we are at the end of this episode of Metal Pizza, so thank you so much for your time, and
thank you.
It was fun, and I hope you had fun.
Yes,
we did.
Of course.
Yeah,
we did.
And would you like to say something to your fans and people that are watching it?
Just silence. Nah.
Yeah, go.
I just wanted to say that thank you for your support, and listening to our latest album. It's been a pleasure to see a lot of good comments about it. It's been really nice to hear that you've liked it so far, and hopefully we will deliver our next music that we will deliver at some point. Can't say any dates or schedule yet, but hopefully we can keep years. Yeah, hopefully we can keep delivering the music you like to listen to.
Yeah, what he said. So yeah, basically, thank you. If you are in Finland, come and check us. And if you want us to come to you, so that you don't have to come to us, share the music so that your friends and their friends know about us. So
support the band, go follow them on all the social media, listen to their music, and yeah, I think that's it.
That's it.
Kiitos.
Kiitos.